Hi, my name is Abby. I'm going to talk to you today about creating a safe environment with school buses. I'm also going to talk about some of the problems that surround school bus safety and some solutions that we can hopefully use to solve those problems. How many of you have ever ridden a school bus? How many of you know someone or even have children of your own riding a school bus? Okay. Do you think that you're properly educated about the laws and actions surrounding school bus safety? So, not so much? Okay. Taking the time to learn about school bus safety and understanding how important it is in our everyday lives is the first step to helping solve a problem that is quickly growing in today's world. School bus drivers everywhere transport our children nearly every day of their school careers. How can anyone ignore the laws that involve their safety? I hope to help you think about the risks that surround school buses. I also hope to bring light to the benefits that come with children riding the school bus. As long as people stay patient, do not ignore the buses, children will more than likely have a happy ride on their way into or home from school. School buses should never be taken for granted or ignored, and their safety, as it surrounds our children's lives and futures. I'm going to review with you the problems involved with school bus safety and some solutions to help us create a safer environment. Let's start with the problems. School buses should be the safest environment for our children as they travel to and from school. According to schoolbusfleet.com, there are more than 10 common issues that we face with school bus safety every single day, along with faulty equipment, school site safety, even bus route safety. Some of the common issues are stop arm violations. This is something that is growing every day. It's a huge problem in the world. This is when another driver fails to slow or stop as a school bus signals that a child is getting on or off. It can happen on either the left or right side of the school bus. According to StanfordChildren's.org, more than 40% of school bus related injuries are caused by vehicular accidents, and more than 24% of those children get hurt as they get on or off the bus. That is a lot of kids, 24% of kids riding the bus. Another problem is student behaviors. Not all of the issues involve the road. It's just as important to make sure that children are given the proper information and knowledge about how to keep their school bus safe. I had an interview with the owner of small business Axmet Transportation, Michael Axmet. He stated that they go through an extensive training each year with their students of all grade levels through about 8th to 9th grade. It's important that the kids know where the safety exits are, how to properly use them, and what they need to do in case of an emergency. One other common issue is having properly trained drivers. As stated on schoolbusfleet.com, adults and children have similar learning styles. The most common is the need for repetition. Training, training, training. Having drivers who care and are properly trained is one of the most important things surrounding our school buses and their safety. In addition to the safety issues we face with the buses, we have driving laws that are being ignored. Whether it's because drivers are not paying attention or they're in a rush to get to their destination, people are not treating the laws as they should be. Flashing lights mean the bus is picking up or discharging students. In Minnesota, the law requires that a driver stops 20 feet away from a school bus as its lights turn on and the stop arm comes out. And that's in both directions, coming towards the bus or following. This is required in both directions. If you were to pass a school bus, you could receive a fine anywhere from $500 to $1,200 and also receive a license suspension of 30 days. There are certain cases where it's not required to stop for a school bus, if there are people that wonder, because there are, but this is in a 4-lane divided highway on the opposite side of the road. But it is still always safe to slow and be cautious and aware of your surroundings. The problems involve all people. A good solution is to provide ample training for both school bus drivers and students, along with making driving laws more of a priority. How many children have to be hurt or put at risk before we care enough to stop the problem? Providing training to all people involved will help prevent accidents involving school buses and the children that they carry. Like Michael Axmett talked about the school bus training that Axmett Transportation does with all of their schools and students. We can create a training regimen for schools across the state. The schools will receive the regimen, pick a week to focus on school bus safety, and follow through. This will help create a flow. It will help children, teachers, and drivers understand how everything works. Keeping all parties involved with the safety will help keep it on everyone's priority list. This is not something that can be kept on a back burner. States should also be cracking down on citations and also providing information to the public. Everyone needs to be made aware that the safety laws are not something that can be ignored. Creating public awareness would be a huge step to a solution. People cannot go on ignoring school buses. Patience is a virtue. There is nowhere important enough that requires passing a school bus, ignoring the law, and injuring a child. Being more stiff with citations will also help bring the number of injuries down. If people know that they won't be looked past when they're breaking the law or doing something illegal, the number of people who break the law will be depleted. A school bus driver, Gary Bentz, said to me, "The kids are it. They are the most important part of our job. Nothing comes before the safety of the kids. From the moment that they step onto my bus until the moment that they are home, they are the priority." Hopefully, I was able to bring a little bit of new information to you all. Children are so important. Putting them in danger is the last thing that we should be doing. The goal is to rid of all the problems surrounding their safety on the bus and to create a mass solution with ample training and awareness. School bus safety is not something that should be taken for granted or ignored as it surrounds our children's lives and futures. Please pay attention and drive safe. Thank you.